Hi everyone and welcome back to today's Morning Report Chart Appraisals on Thursday 25th of August with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantech Markets. Let's look at Eurodollar now, and we've had this sort of mild dollar strength in the past sort of couple of days really, just dragging the euro back towards this uptrend that we've seen pretty much since the beginning of August really. So sort of around about 3-4 weeks worth of uptrend. And it's sort of coming back to a confluence level really. You've got this support, 1233 was the breakout above this high here. And that was also a minor support low around about there. And again, yesterday's low was 1242. So it's not a million miles off sort of the confluence of this uptrend and also this breakout level. So, and that interestingly there also became that supportive around about there. So it is a level that clearly the market is looking out for, 1240 area, and it's held as support today and sort of bounced off that level. It still looks as though this is sort of a positive outlook in the market really, sort of holding on to that support and this uptrend. And I think whilst that is the case, I think you've got to stay positive because the RSI is basically just unwinding back towards 50. Stochastics are unwinding in a mildly corrective manner, as you'd expect with this sort of correction in the last sort of 3 or 4 days. But nothing too precipitous, I think, at the moment. And I think that the fact that we're still holding on to this 1233 support with that uptrend, I think is a positive for the euro dollar. And sort of come back towards that and found a level in the last sort of 12 or so hours is a positive, I think. It basically is the euro sort of biding its time, really, I think, in front of Yellen. And you could argue there's a top pattern there below sort of this that support at 1270, but to be honest, I think it's more of a consolidation range really that we've had in the past sort of week and a half. I don't think you'd really call that as a significant top pattern. If you drop below 1233, I think then yes, you would argue that is a head and shoulders top, I would say, having bounced off that again. So 1233 is, I think, important near term, but we're still holding on to that trend support. And I think whilst that is the case, I think you're relatively positive now. There is a mildly sort of corrective outlook on these hourly indicators. The MACD lines, sort of, if they sort of start to roll over again underneath neutral, that wouldn't be great. But you're sort of now looking out for the fact that yes, again, the hourly RSI is a little bit more corrective, as it has been below sort of 60, 65 and pushing towards 30. So that is that's sort of reflective of this sort of corrective move, but this is a big support at 1233 that needs to be watched, obviously, with that uptrend as well. So if you do lose 1233, then you're probably going to be back towards sort of 1150 area, which is an old pivot. Perhaps even 1120, which is these lows, again with an old pivot around 1120. So that could be seen. 1233, if you break that, you're sort of 1120 to 1150. But for now, you're sort of holding on to that key support, and whilst that is in place, I don't think you can get too negative about the euro on a near-term basis. So I wish you good luck in your trading today. Don't forget, obviously, Jackson Hole being key for the euro dollar tomorrow. So thank you very much, and I'll speak to you later.